Hello everyone, welcome back here to the channel. Welcome back to Talk Tottenham here with your host Tom. Guys, giving you guys a match reaction to Tottenham's 4-0 hammering this afternoon at St James's Park against Newcastle. For those that watch on a regular basis, you'll notice I didn't do my pre-match video this week. But yeah, as I say, guys, giving you a match reaction from today's. I mean, I just don't know what to say, guys. I really don't know what to say with that. It was just a really, it was just a disaster, wasn't it? First 25 minutes, I actually thought we looked okay. We looked in the game. Um, I thought actually we looked quite threatening. We were getting into some quite good positions, and obviously if Werner scores that chance at the back post from a really nice cross, I think it was from Brennan Johnson. He delivered it to the back post, or was it? Perhaps it was Porro. I'm not sure, but he misses it because he should have gone with his head. And then just after that, guys, we just couldn't get into it, could we? Couldn't get into it at all, and Newcastle scored obviously a quick fire double, and then the game's just gone. The game's just gone. But we didn't play well today. It's just such a reminder of the Fulham game, the 3-0 game in that one. These defeats, guys, they're becoming a worry. The defending, the set pieces, the corners. I think the issue at the moment, which is quite alarming for me, and I think for a lot of other Tottenham fans, is just how open we are and how easily we can be punished. Because we invite a lot of shots onto our goal, we really do. And for all the possession that we have, I've said it on other videos as well, guys, we don't do an awful lot with that possession. And it just reminded me a little bit of the Wolves game. Just the way that we were being so slow and predictable with our play. It was like Wolves, it was like Fulham. We've seen other performances like this season, haven't we? With Everton at home, we just sneaked past that one, but obviously other bad defeats to West Ham and Villa and Chelsea. And again, I was really positive, guys, going into this one. I thought that this was a great opportunity for us to carry on. I think that the good form of late. I know we had that Fulham result, but I think we responded quite well and with victories. Last week out against Nottingham Forest, I thought we played really well in that second half. But it is starting to become quite a concern, I would say. I'm not one of those reactionary supporters that saying the manager needs to go. He's But in all honesty, guys, if you took away the first 10 games of the season and that marvelous form, if you take them away, our form has been really patchy since then, and it's probably nothing better really than a mid-table kind of form. It's really our early season form in the league really that's carried us through this season, and we can't seem to find any balance now in the midfield. I don't know if Ange really knows his best midfield now. I don't, to be honest, because I've given Basuma a lot of criticism. I think Matasar has been quite disappointing as well recently. Højbjerg came on today and didn't do very well, but he did quite well. Obviously, he did really well against Forest the other day. Bentancur, what do you do with him? I'd say you try and get Bentancur in, but Maddison's obviously well off it as well. So, yeah, just nothing's coming. It just was so bad today, just the slowness to our game. I've said it before in other videos, guys, but we really need to try something different in these games. When teams are going to just set up against us, they probably say, oh, just get everyone back behind the ball, make them play it slowly and sideways and across the pitch, and just keep your positions and hold it well. And if in that instance, you really need to try different tactics. You need to try different moves. Why not go a bit longer? sometimes. I know we've only got Sonny in there, and he doesn't hold up the ball all that well, really, especially when he's off his game like today. But my point is just try something a little bit different. Always short passing in the centre of the pitch. It's not taking us anywhere. It's not taking us anywhere, and we're being found out. And going back the other end, I don't know. I don't know because it's hard to criticise the defence. Well, it's hard to criticise Mickey van der Ven, although he did have a really bad game today. But everyone had a bad game today, and I was just about to say that the defence have done a good job. I think I've been pleased to see what comes across on paper as a much improved defence this season with Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Udogi, and Vicario. But having said that, we've apparently conceded 49 goals, I think, in the league. I think I've got that stat right, and that's really, really bad. 49 goals, it's way above the top three. I hate to say it, but I think Arsenal have only conceded about 23, 24 goals in the league. So we've basically conceded double what they have, which, you can't build a successful side if you're not defending well. Yeah, it's a really tricky one. It does just feel all the time that we can't really build any really sort of form of consistency into our game, and it's a real shame, like I've said before, because this team really kind of got your hopes up at the start of the season, and I think even despite today and Fulham and those other really bad defeats, I still insist there has been progression at the club. The football is a lot better. It's hard to say that in the cold light of day, but it has been better. Um, but unfortunately, with these results starting to creep in now and this inconsistency in the league, you know what the Premier League's like, guys. It's a ruthless league. It won't take too many more performances like this before Ange is under pressure, such as the craziness of football these days. For me, guys, if I'm being honest, I am a little bit worried. I've been calling for a long time now. Um, that Ange needs a plan B. That we need to try and pivot our strategies in games and try something else. It never really seems to happen. Um, and we definitely need a goal scorer. We really need an out and out number nine because as well as Sonny's done this season, when he's off it like today and also against Fulham, it's really really bad. And my thoughts on Richarlison as well. I think he's had a good season, but I still don't think he's the answer. And he's actually been pretty injured most of the season as well, when you consider the injuries at the start of the season as well. So yeah, I think there's obvious gaps still, guys, in the lineup, in the team, um, and obviously notably as well in the mentality in the club, and for all the work, all the good work that Ange has done with Ange Ball that we saw earlier on in the season. But that feels like a bit of a forgotten memory now. Nobody really talks about Ange Ball anymore. Which is a real gutter because I was so excited about that at the start of the season and coming on and really sort of seeing, for me, guys, a really clear identity in terms of how we played. This fast breakaways, where we would also be closing the opposition down. And we did still see that a little bit today, and I do, I do still think that we've seen some really good signs in terms of the work rate and the running off the ball. I have seen that a lot better. I've seen that a lot more this season compared to recent seasons. But the facts are, guys, is that we do look vulnerable. We look really, really vulnerable at the back, and we're getting sliced like a knife through butter in the middle of the pitch, time after time after time. Evidently clear now that Basuma is not the answer, guys. We're gonna have to upgrade on him. We're gonna have to um, make some big changes. I mean, I don't know what competition we're going to end up in at the end of the season, guys. But on the evidence of that, I'm not really sure if we are ready for Champions League. Don't get me wrong, wonderful to be in it. You know, the nights with the music, the cash injection, all that, this, that, and the other, and everything. But guys, we need to be going into these competitions confident that we can do ourselves justice. And part of me just does just feel that the Europa League is more of our level at the moment, and I wouldn't be too against going into it, to be honest. I think we'll win more games in that competition than the Champions League, and I feel like it could be a better stepping stone for Ange as well, because take you could look at this, guys, from a number of scenarios, but let's look at scenario A, that we do qualify for the Champions League. You know, that's going to mean that the Premier League's harder for us next season with the amount of games and the level of competition that we're faced, especially in the Champions League. Look what's happened to Newcastle this season with their injury ravaged squads and their drop off in the league. I can see, to be honest, it being very similar for us. Whereas, you know, the Europa League, it's a competition where possibly in the group stage, you have the ability to kind of mix up your squads, change things up a little bit. You don't have to go full out, particularly in these early games. And I just do feel that that might be the better competition for us. And now it's just a straight head to head, I think, between us and Villa. We're both on 60 points. I know Newcastle now are on 50, but you'd imagine 10 points still going to be enough for fifth. I don't know how United are getting on. Last time I saw that they were losing 2-1 to Bournemouth. But yeah, guys, sorry, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked there. But, you know, just looking ahead to next season and what we need to do. And, you know, we're going to need a massive transfer close season as well. We're going to have to bring people in. I'd like, as I said, I want to see a number 6, someone who can break up the play and kind of do almost what Basuma was doing earlier this season, where he was getting the ball off the centre backs, you know, turning out in really tight spaces and then driving us up the pitch and showing. Also, I thought he showed quite a lot of skill as well, but for whatever reason, I'm tired of saying it, guys. We just haven't seen the same Basuma, and I'm not sure we will now, to be honest. So I'll be looking at upgrading on him. As I say, I want to see a striker coming in, and you know, I think Werner's done pretty well since he's been here, but he's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be the first left winger that you want to look at for the lineups. I think I'm comfortable with him coming off the bench as a substitute, but we need an upgrade on him as well. So that's they're 3 positions at least, guys. You know that we need upgrades on. But yeah, just a dreadful day, and you know, I'm really angry with that one as well. I'm probably less angry today than I was against Fulham, interestingly, because I think the Fulham game was such a shock, because that was the first time that we'd been kind of beaten up this season. But today it's happened. It's happened again. I hate saying that, because obviously that's what the Newcastle fans were singing us. It was just a reminder, wasn't it, of the capitulation last season. And we're now going into the next 3 games where we play at home to Arsenal, home to Chelsea. No, sorry. So we're home to Arsenal, away at Chelsea, and then away at Liverpool. So I don't know, guys. I'm not looking forward to those games as much as I was now, and we've really got to try and turn up against Arsenal, because if we get done over by them, the fans just won't accept that. But guys, I'm going to leave it there now. Really bad day at the office for Spurs. We're now games played 32. We've got 60 points. That's the same points as Aston Villa on fourth, but they've got an extra. They're a better goal off than us. Let's say in the overall goal differences. So I'll leave it there, guys. And now, we've got 2 weeks to stew over this, just like we did after the Fulham game, and so it's just been. I hate these breaks, to be honest. So I would have wanted the game to have come around pretty quickly, but it's not going to be. Our next game will be in a couple of Sundays' time against Arsenal. I'm pretty sure it's a Sunday. So until then, guys, stay safe, stay well. I do aim to keep putting out the content, guys. So yeah, look out for another video in due course, and stay safe, stay well, and as always, come on, you Spurs.